Welcome to Lesson 2 on blend modes. In this lesson, we're going to start laying down some base color on our wizard and make way for finer details in the lessons to come. As you can see, we have some layers on the right-hand side. We have our line base. We have a layer with the initial sketch on it that we're going to keep hidden, and we have our background. We need to start laying down some flat color on the wizard's face so that we can move into the details later. So first thing we need to do is make a brand new layer, as always. And what we need to do is make this layer into a clipping mask. Let me show you why we need to do a clipping mask. Because if I come in, let's say I'm going to choose a color for skin. That's good. And I start brushing it in. It just goes everywhere, especially when I just rub it around. However, if we make this layer into a clipping mask, what you'll notice is that it clips to the layer below it, and it will only appear and only fill up those objects and those drawings in the layer below. So all of this that we had in the margins is now lost. So let's go ahead and go back in and erase what we just did. And let's start actually putting color in. Something else that we need to do before we get started is this color layer here, which we're going to name color. We are going to turn it into multiply, meaning that any color we put on this layer that will go down onto the sketch will be darker than normal. This is going to help us later when we get into some of the finer details, and it just makes things look better. We're not going to mess with the tool blend mode. We're going to keep it at normal, 100% opacity, with a hard round brush. So I'm going to zoom into the face, and I'm just going to get started coloring in his face. This will be probably the most tedious part of your assignment. Will be coming in and laying down this flat color. You want to be as precise as possible. It's okay to blend over and bleed over into certain areas, but you really need to make sure that you are getting everything colored the way you want it to be colored before we move to the next step, because the next step is going to involve multiplying shadows, adding in highlights, and really getting into the detailed work of this piece. So you want to make sure that your face is as you want it, and the whole body is as you want it before we proceed. Also be aware that skin color may be one of your most important choices. You are free to choose a skin color that you would like for your wizard. I would discourage anyone from choosing a color close to black. You can do kind of a dark brown if you would like, but we need to try to stay away from absolute colors like absolute black or absolute white, because they will not play well when we go into shading. Okay, now that I've got the face pretty much the first coat done before I go in and do details later, let me go ahead and show you a neat trick that will be a huge time saver for you. I have got the face done. Now I want to do, and let me go in and do the ear while I work, or while I talk. Now I want to go ahead and do the hair. You see the hair is flowing, it's free, there's a lot of detail to it, there's a lot of lines to it. It could take us a little while to get some of these finer nooks and crannies done on the hair, unless we do this trick. Go up to your tool blend mode at the top, choose behind, and so now I'm going to come over and choose my hair color. Anything that we do color-wise will appear behind pixels that have already been assigned a color or used. So what I mean is, if I'll come in and I can start coloring, and you see I picked up the eyebrows and the eyes because I did not color those in. So now I can save myself a whole bunch of time coming in and just laying down color like so. You do have to be careful though. Any area that does not have color will get picked up on like that. So you can't, this is a great tool to save yourself some time, but be careful, be wary to not go too fast so that you don't hit areas that you don't want to hit, so that will save you a lot of erasure time later. Okay? Have fun. Pick any colors you want for the robe, any color that you want for the book. Feel free to add in as many details as you want. Make sure your skin color stays consistent. Make sure that you know that there's a small gap right here where you'll probably need to sample that background color and then go in like this, so it appears that your wizard is not 5.5 fingered. And once you have the entire base coat done on this layer, I will see you in the next lesson where we will talk about multiplying our shadows. Until then, have fun and choose good colors.